What is up, everyone? I'm making a little video today. The starter went out on one of my bad boy revolts. It's the 48-inch that I've had the longest. It's almost at 1,000 hours. Pretty much right there at 1,000 hours. Starter just went out on it. I've been crossing the starter out, the solenoid out, to get it to start for the last couple of weeks. But I got my starter, finally came in. I'm installing it myself. Because I want to save money, and dealership will probably charge you like $400 or $500 to change a starter out. And I got this one. It is an off-brand, but it has really good reviews for like 60 bucks. And a starter is not that difficult of a change, so figured I'd make a little video. This may help someone out. Hopefully your starter never goes out, but I think due to me jumping mine off and having a dead battery on it for a little while, that takes a toll on the starters when they don't get enough voltage, and then when the batteries get jumped off a lot and the amperage and the voltage is fluctuating, I think that causes the to be hard on the starters. So some people you may never have, if you keep fresh batteries, you may never go through a starter, but I did. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it on. And one other thing, in the background here you can see I've been running out of those containers. I am building my dream shop, so I'm going to be putting a video out on that soon, so stay tuned for that. And then I picked up this the other day, a little Ford Ranger. Just get around. I've been doing quotes and picking up pine straw and little jobs and stuff. I'm thinking about putting a ramp rack in that, and putting like my little Bad Boy Revolt SD, the 34, in there with like a one weed eater, one blower, and to do our small yards with. And obviously we still have the landscape truck to do our big yards. And then one day I'm going to get a dump trailer and a skid steer to go behind the F250. So a lot going on. Not a lot of money to go around to do everything, but we're doing what we can do. And it is raining today. I don't know, you can't really see it, but you might can hear it. It's raining today. So it's a good day for maintenance. Thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna get started. Okay, so I got the mower here, new starter. I think that, let's see, I'll show you all the number on it. Well, that's the one, got it off of Amazon for 60 bucks. All right, we're gonna come over here to our machine. The first thing that we're gonna do under here, you can see there and there, we're gonna disconnect the battery. For the sake of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then we're going to remove this bolt. Hold up, camera won't focus. We're gonna remove this bolt here, and then you're gonna come back in here, and that bolt right there. We're gonna remove those two bolts. They're 13 millimeter. You can use a socket or a good old wrench. Got our 13 millimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking everything loose. Let's see here. Maybe a little bit quicker. I do apologize for the shoddy camera work. I'm trying to do this with one hand and work with the other, but you should be able to get the gist. There we go. This mower, now I talked about the dead batteries and all of that. I completely forgot to mention, which is probably the main contributing factor. I will connect a picture. I put this mower in a pond on a commercial property, obviously on accident, but it was quite unfortunate. And it was just one of those things that got away from me so fast. The bank gave away on me and the mower just went right in. So we had to pull the plugs out, get the water out, run diesel through instead of oil, obviously with the plugs out, get it circulating. It's got all new filters, hoses, everything. It was a pain in the butt, but it still runs great, and then the starter went out. So, all right, that's out. Now, you can see our culprit right in there. That's what's got to come out next. All right, this is worth mentioning. You're gonna need extensions to get to this one. And I got them in there and I couldn't get it to come off. That one back there is a 12 and this one here was a 13. So that's 12 millimeter back there, just so you know. Okay, I removed the back bolt there. And then the other one, this is actually gonna be the last bolt right here that holds it in. This one here just goes to your ground cable right there. So this is the one that holds it in. So we need to loosen that bolt. And then this should be able to drop away and then we'll take the wires off the bottom. This as well as a 12 millimeter. And I guess that's what the bolts that hold the starter in place are going to be. So you're gonna need a 12, a 13, and I'll figure out what size is on the bottom. See if I can't unthread that one by hand. All right, mine was corroded in there, so I put the hammer right in here and pulled this way so you can see how it's built. You know, I wanted to pull that away. So we've got the starter dropped, and I'll see if I can't get it finagled this way so we can get some of these wires off the bottom and actually see where they go. Okay, I got it worked on out of there. You can see where all the different wires go. And what I'm going to do is I have my starter right here. I'm going to move one wire at a time to it. So I'll start with those top two and then so on and so forth. All right, I got my wires back where they need to be and I've got the holes lined up. Now I'm gonna grab the bolt, put her in, thread it in the top, make sure to go through that grounding wire. Obviously I can't do it with one hand, so I'm gonna do that real quick and then I'm gonna do the back one. And then I need to attach the ground wires to the second spot and tighten them down as well. All right, threading this one in on the back. And then we will only lack one area right here where we're gonna put those other two ground wires. The old starter had a cable bracket going right there for a cable to run through. I have it down here somewhere. There it is. But I didn't have any cables or anything running through that on mine. I don't know if that was just there as an extra, but mine did not have it, so I didn't bother to put it back on. The one thing about that new starter that I wish it had, this cover is on the OEM one, and you can see there it's still open air. I don't know why. There's a little port in there. I'm not really sure. And it had the screws for it. This new one has the same open air, but does not have a spot for me to put this shield back on it. So, not sure why. You know, I'm sure we could fabricate something and make it work. Personally, I'm gonna leave it like this and see if it causes any problems. I'll put another $60 starter on it, and if it runs forever, then I won't worry about it. But it definitely would be nice if it had that little shield on it like the other one does. It just make me feel better about it. Let's see here. But at the end of the day, I bought a $60 starter, and it's taken me 10 minutes to put it on. Now that's not including the hour it took me to find this couple of tools that I'm using because of my tools being so scattered out. There we go. But it only took me about 10 minutes to do this starter. So very easy fix, very cheap. Some people would say, well, why didn't you just replace the solenoid? It was the same price for the whole shebang, so I went ahead and did it. I'm going to keep this because if that one goes out real quick, I may just do a new solenoid and put this back in, or I don't know. I may try to buy another OEM one. We'll just see. But I'll keep y'all updated on this. I think it's going to work great. I don't think I should have any problems with it. I'm going to get my 2 grounding wires. There we go. Looks like this small one went on first. Let's see here. Well, that one's a 13. So, tell you what, let's just get this one. Got our 13 millimeter. If I can figure out how, guys, I'm going to link this starter in the description. It took it 2 days to get to my house from Amazon, 60 bucks, and it would have taken me way longer and a lot more money if I had gone to the dealership and they had to order the part and it sit on their mechanic list and all that. But I'm not knocking it. If you don't have the time to work on your equipment, sometimes in the middle of the summer I will take my stuff to the mechanic, because time is money. I can make more money cutting grass than I can working on my machines. It's, you know, it's cheaper to pay somebody to do it for me in the summertime, because I make more money in the time that it takes for me to fix it than they charge. So you got to weigh that out. But right now, like I said, it's raining. It's an off day. I'll fix everything I can. One thing I will never do is take my blades to get sharpened somewhere, just because that is so easy and cheap to do. I do want to get better at sharpening chainsaw blades, though. That is a skill I have not fully acquired yet. But this is all buttoned up. Let's take a look and see if it cranks. I'm going to get some of this stuff out of the way. Gotta borrow the key out of this REVOLT SD over here. Tell you what, it's not gonna crank because I don't have the battery hooked up. I'll be right back. Alrighty, this is actually the next day. As you can see, I got the battery out. I was making the video and I was like, all right, let's start it. Click, click, nothing. I was like, dang it, my battery's dead. So I end up having to get a new battery for it. New battery is on. And as you can see, turns over great. Let me give it some choking. We'll see if she'll crank. Choke cable's slightly seized. Alright, since that choke cable is seized, I'm going to come down over here. Let's see here. Here's my choke. I'm gonna do it by hand. I need to get a new choke cable for it. I'm gonna set my phone back over here. Well, that's what I'd call a cold start. She ain't run all winter long. I put it up in the fall, probably about, I don't know, November. I didn't even use it for leaves this year because I got that one there and then I got my 2 John Deeres. So I hadn't run since November. New starter, new battery. She'll do it. Starter worked great. Turnover real good. Battery's got higher amperage than the stock battery, or cold cranking amps, I mean. But as you can hear, runs great, starts great. Let's check it again. Yep. That's how you install a starter, guys. Holler at me if you need any other, or if you have any other questions or video requests on how to change any parts out. Thanks for watching this video.